Hello, Bujocenter listeners, and welcome back. Let's get creating. Today's creation is a Dutch door. For supplies, you're going to need everything on the left of the screen. The right is a list of optional supplies to make things fun. Let's get started. Here you'll see I've already created my May cover page. This Dutch door is going to be a part of my monthly planning. Now you're going to find where you want to put the Dutch door. Today, we are going to be creating a vertical Dutch door. This will be the easiest for beginners. Let me know if you would like to see something a little harder in the future. You're going to fold the paper in half. Once you have done that, you can grab your ruler and flatten out the fold even more. This will make it easier to have a straight line. You can use your finger, but the ruler works better. After you have done that, you're going to cut on that line with your scissors. If you don't have access to scissors, you can tear the paper on that line. Just make sure you fold it both ways. I prefer tearing it because I find getting a straight line with scissors is a little more difficult for me. So once you have your page cut in half, you can start working on the details of your Dutch door. You can keep the leftover page and maybe use it for a junk journal spread later on. As for your Dutch door, it's really all up to you how you want to use it. I like for the edges of my Dutch door to fit the pages of the journal, so this is where I will use a corner cutter. This isn't necessary, it's just for looks. This corner cutter has a few different options. I'm going to use the size closest to the size of my journal corners. And now, the corners are all cut and looking good, matching with the journal. You could try to do this with scissors, but the cutter is probably one of the best investments I've made for corners. You can even use it when you're doing junk journaling and want everything to fit nicely. So now, I'm going to write in everything I want on my Dutch door. I'm going to put a to-do list on one side and a grocery list on the other side. I like using this stencil for my lettering. This is another optional thing. You can always just do some simple handwriting. So at the top of my pages, I'll be stenciling in to do on one side and handwriting grocery list on the other side. This is where you can start adding your own touch. I like additional touches that go with the monthly theme I have going for May. Once I have all that done, I'm just going to finish up the other side of my spread with a weekly planner. Once I create the weekly spread, everything will come together. This placement can transform how I use my bullet journal. I know that on Sunday, I will grocery shop, so my grocery list will be right there for me to look back to when the time comes. And my to-do list is on the other side to ensure whatever needs to be done for the week gets done. These are very helpful when there's a lot going on. Dutch doors help my mind stay at ease, so I don't overwhelm myself with having to remember a million different things at once. If you want to get more creative with Dutch doors, you can make some of them into shapes like flowers to whatever you theme your spreads. Next time we go over Dutch doors, I will show you something a little more intermediate. Dutch doors are just a nifty trick to keeping you organized. They also bring more dynamics to your spreads. Unleash your creativity with Dutch doors and tag Bujocenter on social media so I can see what you guys come up with. There's so many creative functions for Dutch doors. If you check out the Bujocenter Instagram, you can see some examples of different types of Dutch doors I've created. If you want to know more about Dutch doors, check out the article on how to create Dutch doors. While we are here, let me show you something a little more intricate. Back in January of 2024, I created this flower Dutch door which hides my goals for the year. That's also another nifty little trick you can do with Dutch doors. I post a lot of bullet journaling content on social media, and there are some things I like to keep to myself, so a Dutch door is like a little hidey spot. Alrighty, so there you have it, guys. The Dutch door technique for beginners. If you want to see something like the flower Dutch door, leave a comment below. I hope you guys enjoyed the content, and thank you so much for watching.